So at the same time, I just talked to you about the MG GT. It's a nice one. I've got this engine right here. This thing I actually had to swipe a stupid little piece of wire out of. And that stupid little piece of wire goes right down in here. And it's what is your positive link to your set of points. And then your condenser. And that positive link, it's just a plug-in from your ignition. Here's the wire that plugged into what was that little nylon plastic harness. And it comes out to the insulated head of your ignition points. I had to steal it off of here because his MGA or MGB GT, that little wire, it's only, gosh, it can only be about 10 centimeters long, was just trashed. I think he was running on 1 or 2 braids of the original threaded copper. Just trashed. It's on here right now. I'll salvage and make up my own or get another one. But that's because I just got in, as much as I got the parts for this MG, I got, oh, and there's the 2 rads. I've got the 2 Record, proper full brass Record rads for the TR6s. I just got them from, oh, and I've got this guy's rad out right now just for a pressure test and a paint job or a Recore. I don't care. He doesn't care. It's just got to get done, make sure he's off on square one. But just over here, I got all the stuff in for the TR6s, just body mounts, bushing kits, oil seals, frost plugs, full copper, stud nuts, well, manifold screws, and hex heads, and the lock washers just for the intake, and well, it's mostly for the exhaust manifold. I've got all that stuff in. That's all going to go in. Frost plugs, I found a machine shop already had all this, so no big deal. And timing chain tensioner. This is my trick when I do all these things, is every time I take something apart, I put everything into a Ziploc bag and keep it with, so there's all my rod ends, and the bottom end screws, nuts, and bolts for the bottom end of that engine. But all up here, I've got new motor mounts. Those things were just trash. These are going to be used way, way later. And timing chain, main bearings, rod bearings. And I'm not sure just what it is I've got in here. I can't remember now. Oh, whole new fuel pump assembly. Or not fuel pump, oil pump assembly. Hell with that. For the price of these parts, I'll just go for a new aluminum case oil pump. I've had so much good luck just with oil. Not so many every other parts, but it's such a interesting, it's a real simple pump. And just, I can't help but say go new, even though there's my old oil pump, and considering the condition of this engine, as good as it was, I'm sure it is just fine. Maybe I'll salvage that one and see how the other 69 works out. I might use that, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Actually, I know it's fine. I've never had a problem with oil flow. The problem is I had no problem with oil pressure, which means there was no flow restriction, which meant I had bad, worn bearings. Because what regulates really, in truth, your oil pressure is not your oil pressure regulator. It's your main and then secondary rod bearings. They're the first flow for your lube system, and if they're too big, you got no full compressor. And that's even if you can run huge volume gets you nowhere if you've got no restriction, and restriction is what brings on pressure. So that's the way these old machines work. So like I said, lots of stuff on the plate now.